delivers her last State of the State address tonight. What will she focus on? Find out here tonight.
And it's been 50 years since President Kennedy announced the birth of the Peace Corps on the steps of the Michigan Union. We'll tell you what the university plans to mark the occasion.
And some rowdy action went down in a university dorm over the weekend. You'll get the full story coming up.
All this and more in Ann Arbor's only local newscast, Newsfeed, starts now.
Welcome to Newsfeed. I am Mia Mollicone.
And I'm Emily Zimmerman. It's Wednesday, February 3rd, 2010. Welcome to Newsfeed.
Well, there is a lot of news from our area tonight, including the speech made tonight by Governor Jennifer Granholm. So Granholm plans to shrink the cost of government in her final State of the State address. This will include 46,000 senior state workers and teachers retiring in order to raise the pension and health care costs for those remaining. The $1.6 billion deficit is still a looming problem, and taxpayers are at the greatest risk of suffering. Groups that oppose tax increases demonstrated outside the Capitol as Granholm delivered her address tonight. There's also a growing consensus that it's time to trim business taxes and extend sales taxes.
It's crazy to think that it's her last State of the State address.
I can't believe it. She's been around for a long time.
Yeah, and soon we'll be welcoming a new governor, so we'll see who that's going to be. Hopefully it will take our state in a good
Positive
direction.
Yeah.
Let's focus now on some campus news. While Michigan sports have suffered tough seasons here on campus, we may be able to turn to Vancouver for some success. 4 University of Michigan students have taken the winter semester off to compete in ice dancing at the upcoming 2010 Olympics. The two pairs are junior Merrill Davis and Charlie White, and sophomores Emily Samuelson and Charlie White. They are set to arrive in Vancouver on February 10th and will compete in 3 events: the compulsory dance, the original dance, and the free dance, which will take place between February 19th and 22nd.
And with another census upon us, the Office of the Provost has launched a contest to encourage student participation in the upcoming population count. The contest offers $3,000 in prizes for short videos designed to spur participation. Historically, college towns have some of the worst response rates, which can result in lower population counts for affected cities, counties, and states. This miscount can lead to less federal funding and representation. The videos can be viewed on the university website and on YouTube. The deadline for entries is March 8th. And 3 U of M graduate nursing students are on a mission to help others. The 3 students will be accompanying a nursing researcher to Liberia, where they will be working in rural hospitals as nurses and midwives. Clinical assistant professor and certified nurse midwife Jody Laurie will be leading the group. She explains that this trip will help give the students real-world experience. Last year, Laurie led a similar trip to the Phoebe compound with other graduate students. She explains, quote, "It was really an eye-opener for them," end quote. And the University of Michigan is making plans to celebrate the 50-year anniversary of the Peace Corps. In a university press release, a website, peacecorps.umich.edu, has been created to collect stories from students, faculty, and staff who have served in the Peace Corps. There will be events throughout the semester, including a national event in Ann Arbor to commemorate John F. Kennedy's speech at the Michigan Union on January 14th, 1960. The speech sparked a student movement, which eventually led to the creation of the Peace Corps. The event is being co-sponsored by the university, the Brookings Institution, and the Peace Corps Association, and it will focus on the future of international service.
Well, this past Friday night, students and faculty alike were shocked when a group of male freshmen in the Mary Markley dorm hired strippers to visit Markley for a friend's birthday. Most assumed that the students would receive strict punishment for their questionable behavior. However, because the party was largely kept to private areas and did not cause enough of a ruckus that other Markley residents were disturbed, no incident report was filed, so there is technically no incident to be dealt with. And on Monday night, there was an armed robbery on Monroe Street right next to South Quad. And according to the Ann Arbor Police Department, a student was struck in the head by a man with a baseball bat and demanded that the student give him his backpack. The suspect repeatedly struck the student with the bat and then fled the scene in a red sedan. The suspect is a white male, approximately 5'8" tall, and he was last seen in a black ski mask and a hoodie. If you have any information, please contact the University of Michigan Department of Public Safety, and their number is 734-763-1131, or dial 911 if you have any information regarding this incident.
And here at Wolf, we love to know what's going on around campus. So if you hear or see anything, send us a message at wolvnews.com. And you can see your story live on air right here on Newsfeed. If you missed the show, you can watch all of our episodes at wolvnews.com.
Tonight we have Christina in the studio to give us a quick peek at our weather for the upcoming week. Christina, what can you tell us?
Hi, thanks guys. So right now, currently, it's about 25 degrees under some mostly cloudy skies. We're going to be seeing some light winds and maybe some sun for the rest of the week. How much sun and when? Well, I'll tell you in just a second. Back to you guys.
Well, we can't wait to hear what's in store, Christina, and hopefully an end to all this snow and slop, because I know that I'm done walking in it. And we'll find out the full weather and your local news after the break, so stay with us. Welcome back to Newsfeed, and now we are going to be getting right into our local news. Roger Frazier sent a clear message to the Ann Arbor City Council on Tuesday. The city administrator said that the city council members needed to set aside political ambitions to make tough budget decisions. And city officials are exploring two different tracks to change the way the city does business. One way is exploring big ideas such as selling parks, while the other, more conventional approach, asks city department leaders to trim their budgets by 7.5%, starting in July. Now, Mayor John Hefty says that while the city is experiencing hard times, he wouldn't trade Ann Arbor's economic situation for any others in Michigan. And one of our mayor's harshest critics is about to put her money where her mouth is. Patricia Lesko, a Democrat and grassroots activist who has been very critical of the mayor, and the Ann Arbor City Council, has launched a web page declaring her candidacy via Facebook. She has spent the last several months anonymously running the blog a2political.com under the pseudonym Man Rosenthal. Lesko says she's running for mayor to change the direction for the public policy has taken under the current administration's watch. If elected, Lesko would be the second openly gay mayor in Michigan and one of only 21 openly gay mayors nationwide.
And has Ann Arbor's artistic prowess begun to diminish? A City Hall discussion Monday night yielded a shared sense that Ann Arbor is starting to lose some of its cultural luster. The lack of affordable studio space for artists and the seeming absence of a primary exhibit space were among concerns shared by those who visited the City Council. Local conservationists and artists pledged their support to the City Council to 415 West Washington as a Greenway Parks and Arts Center. The City Council voted unanimously in favor of a resolution calling for the innovative process of community collaboration. The resolution calls to bring together the creative energies of different conservationists and artistic organizations. And food